Good evening, everyone. My name is Zeb Davenport, and I have the honor of serving as the chair for the Chester County Community Foundation. And we would like to welcome you all here for the Community Foundation's 31st annual meeting and legacy celebration. It's wonderful to bring together so many like-minded people, so many community-minded people. Tonight, we will highlight people who are looking ahead and doing things each day to make everyone's tomorrow even better. We will highlight people who open doors, pay it back, and give forward so that our community will be better, not just for them, but for everyone. And so we're so grateful for each person who's helped to lead the Community Foundation since we were created 3 decades ago, 1994. And each year we continue to expand our reach and deepen our relationships. We grow with respect of our past, awareness of our present, and hopes for the future. And so I'm going to thank a few groups of people, and after I thank those individuals, we can give them a round of applause. But we all know that we can't do this work alone. So first I want to thank our vigilant board members for your gifts of time, talent, and treasure. They are, and you are, invaluable to the success of the Community Foundation. We'd like to thank our incredible array of volunteers. Thank you all for serving on committees, work groups, for conducting workshops, trainings, and community conversations, and assisting us with our special events. And we also would like to recognize the ongoing and daily work of the staff and the Westchester University interns who keep the doors of the Lincoln Building open while understanding and attending to community, charity, and charitable issues. We would also like to recognize the diligent work of our investment partners, our investment committee. They carefully oversee our investment holdings in consultation with our chief investment officers at Hurdle Callahan, and thank our medallion investment partners who invest customized, separately managed accounts. Let's give these folks a round of applause. And now I would like to introduce someone who needs no introduction, but she is the president, I should say, and she is the president and CEO of the Community Foundation, Karen Simmons.
Thank you, Bill. This might be a better chair. That's a better chair. Well, you can see why our board, volunteers, and staff are so dedicated to our mission. We have the privilege of helping generous people make great grants to important causes that they care about. And that is especially important these days. Now, this past year, drum roll, we awarded over $6.6 million to the community. Yeah, $6.6 million. And that means we had the pleasure of processing 1,250 grant and scholarship checks. We have impacted a wide variety of fields of interest, including arts, culture, heritage, environment, education, libraries, health, human service, and religion. And if I forgot something, you will tell me. And as Zeb mentioned, we didn't do this all by ourselves. At our Community Foundation, the majority of grant and scholarship awards are recommended by those of you whose funds we hold in trust. And so people from all walks of life at the Community Foundation realize they don't have to be a Rockefeller to have their own foundation charitable legacy fund. Over the years, hundreds of individuals and families have created endowed legacy funds with us. And over this past year, and yes, that is David M. Fries III, Esquire, if you're wondering, in the hat, former board chair. Over this past year, 15 new charitable funds were created. This brings our total to 436 charitable legacy funds held in trust. 436. That means that our CCCF entrusted funds, as you can see from that little graph that I know everybody is so interested in because people love graphs, 1/4 of our entrusted assets, 25% of our grant dollars, are decided now upon by grant panels in concert with the grant-making staff, and 50% are decided upon by families whose donor-advised funds we hold in trust. Some who want grant-making input from staff and some who don't, and some who change their minds every week. Thank you very much. For our families with donor-advised funds, we find that as the kids and grandkids get more involved, the charitable giving grows. And we also have field of interest fund, whether that interest is a specific geographic area or a field of interest for arts, different environmental causes. And we also hold nonprofit endowment funds, many of you whose funds we hold in trusts, and scholarship funds. You create these funds and you determine where you want to award grants and scholarships. And I just saw an honorable guest walk in the door who I need over on this side of the stage, near Tony. Jason, go get the mayor. She's here. Sorry, Honorable DeBaptiste, you can't walk in and not be seen. Tony, she's here. She's going to be here. Okay. So we're honored to help you with your strategic legacy philanthropy, but not only do people donate to their legacy funds while they're alive, many also make arrangements to donate to their legacy fund when they truly have no more need for their earthly possessions. If you have been pondering what arrangements to make for that time when money no longer will be of any use to you, simply make a planned giving commitment. It's a way to have your values live on forever. And just remember, where there's a will, there's a way. Now, Jason, I need you again over on this side. Hi, Jason. Do people know Jason Arbucheski on the Community Foundation staff? Woohoo! Jason is our man with the flashlight who brings our VIP guests on stage. So let's give an example of where there's a will, there's a way as we highlight this year's Door Opener Award. Right here, sir. And right here, sir. Take your name tags off for the video camera. Thanks. This is Jamison McCain from MacElree, Harvey, and paralegal Don Bristol. Let me tell you a little bit about why they're up here. The Door Opener Awards. Those are these two door openers. At the Community Foundation, we realize each and every day that Chester County has an abundance of generous, thoughtful, community-minded people. And we also realize that these generous people meet with their financial advisors quite often with their attorneys, their accountants, and their wealth managers. And I'm seeing the attorneys, accountants, and wealth managers that they're meeting with who have been awarded the Door Opener Award in this room. So thank you. Now, we at the Community Foundation work really hard to ensure that when generous individuals meet with their professional advisors, the topic of legacy philanthropy is raised for discussion. And our aim is to be at the tip of your tongue when estate planning attorneys and wealth managers and accountants meet with their clients and to have the philanthropy option come up. And this has resulted in generous long-term charitable gifts, not just to the Community Foundation's core funds, but the families of funds we hold in trust. So each year we celebrate and commemorate this with our Door Opener Award. Now, this is 2 decades of door openers, starting way back with Steve McGann. Remember? Way back in 2004, from the big olden days. That was before you too, Don, right? Oh. Yeah. Sorry about that. I remember it well, like it was yesterday, okay? So we have 2 decades of door openers up here and 2 more folks who are going to join tonight. And so if you have estate planning questions, you can ask the Community Foundation staff, or we urge you to ask any of our door openers. Now, I was going to ask Joe Bellinghieri, who's this year's Door Opener Award, to come on stage, but he's in Florida all month. So all is not lost because Joe has chosen his colleague, Jamison McCain, Esquire at MacElree Harvey, to accept the Door Opener Award, as well as the hardest working paralegal I believe I've ever met, and there's a lot of hardworking paralegals out there, Don. And Don is the first paralegal who's also won our Door Opener Award. Can I tell you how? Oh, wait. So Don is the first paralegal to win our Door Opener Award. How's that? Very good. So let me tell you about this whole story, because when we say that planned giving takes 3 to 20 years to come to fruition, this is an example. 20 years ago, Sue Barber, the woman on the far side, you guys can step up a little so you can actually see what's on the, it's hard to see the podium, the side. So Sue Barber met with MacElree Harvey about some business planning and some family estate planning. And the Barber family had some very particular needs. Now, you weren't around then, right? And you weren't around then. Guess what? I wasn't either. But MacElree Harvey as a law firm was. I came on a few years after. So let me tell you about Sue Barber. Sue and Tony Barber were born around 1920. They lived in Chester County their entire lives. They're part of the greatest generation. The Great Depression and World War II really shaped their values. Tony served as in General Patton's 3rd Army Battalion at the Battle of the Bulge. And then he returned to Malvern, and he established a HVAC business. And he met the love of his life, Sue. They worked hard, and they saved a ton of money, or not really a ton, enough money, so that they opened their own business together. Had anybody ever been to the White House Inn at 1227 Westchester Pike? Yeah. Do you remember the meatball sandwiches? And the roast beef, that wet roast beef? We've heard stories about this incredible wet roast beef. They served with ice cold beers. Their neighbors came in after a bowling league, and they also hosted countless bridal showers and wedding receptions. So Tony and Sue worked long and hard, and their extra effort was rewarded with lifelong friendships. Now, in 1960, their son Barry was born. Does that look like a 1960s photo to you, or what, right? You got it. Took a long time to find that photo, didn't it, Don? We really dug around for it. So Barry was born with many physical and behavioral challenges. And then when it became impossible to care for Barry, over the years, he ended up residing at several long-term care and skilled nursing facilities. And even though Barry's limitations were numerous, the fact is he enjoyed a great Philly sports game, and he knew everything about John Deere tractors and equipment, everything. So in 1996, I still wasn't at the Community Foundation, Tony died, the husband, at age 71. So Sue, the good widow, went to MacElree Harvey, and she had some very special questions. She wanted to establish a special needs trust to ensure her son's long-term care, but she wanted the trust to be distributed to charity after her son passed, and she didn't know how to do that. So Sue established a testamentary Barber Family Legacy Fund in 1996. And she asked that when she no longer needed the money and her son Barry no longer needed the money, that we would make grants in the family's name to benefit underprivileged children, at-risk youth, and special needs individuals in Chester County, especially with an emphasis on promoting dignity and opportunity for all. And so because of you, that's what we're going to do. Sue passed away in 2017 at the age of 97. So when you start a legacy fund, you live for a long time. So son Barry passed away in 2023. He was 63 years old, and the last place he resided was at Harston Hall. So a mother raising a child with special needs while also owning and running a business is undeniably challenging. It requires significant dedication, resilience, and most of all, unconditional love. Sue Barber thought an awful lot about others who lived and will live her same journey. And when it came time to do her estate planning, she wanted to make sure that her legacy gift would help generations of mothers and families forever. So Sue Barber's vision, combined with MacElree Harvey's trusted guidance, will positively impact Chester County forever. Pretty amazing, right? So when this came in, this was a huge gift, long time coming. So this is why we wanted to make sure that MacElree Harvey's work on this double generation testamentary fund would really come to light so that you could understand the story. It's a meaningful legacy gift that spans 2 generations. We are grateful that MacElree Harvey continues to open doors to community legacy philanthropy. And we are incredibly pleased to present you with the Door Opener Award, and see if you'd like to say a few words. Ta-da! Ha! Don gets it first. Jamison. Jamison?
On behalf of Joe Bellinghieri, I thank the Community Foundation and the community itself for this opportunity to accept this award. As we talk about generational giving, while it's not quite the same, there's some generational gaps between, Joe and myself. I'm a young attorney. He's a bit more, aged in his practice. But it's well, don't tell him that.
We're not on video. We won't say a thing.
I say that because it's opportunities like this, things that otherwise to me are just words on a page, Joe is able to bring to light and say, hey, and by being here and seeing these stories, I'm able to get an understanding of, hey, if my practice is going to span another 40 years, who are the people that I'm going to be able to impact? And equally, Joe is great at asking all the questions. Had he not asked Sue, questions about what she wanted to have done with her funds, this opportunity might not have been possible through the Community Foundation. So I thank you on behalf of Joe, and thank you all.
Thank you, James. Don, please, whatever you'd like.
So thanks for this award. I appreciate it. The first paralegal to receive a Door Opener Award. So for the past more than 20 years, I've been with MacElree Harvey as an estate administration paralegal alongside an amazing team of attorneys and paralegals. We are always honored to meet, spend time, and work with families who are at that point navigating one of the most difficult experiences any of us go through, the loss of a loved one. Making sure their loved one's wishes are carried out effectively and doing my part in ensuring their legacy endures is a privilege, and we all treat that with reverence. I'm proud of our work, and I appreciate every family we get to work with, and I thank you for the award.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Was that amazing? Generations, generations. Our escort, Jason, will guide you off stage. And wait, Tony, are you up here?
He's up here.
Zeb, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you, Jamison, Don, and the entire MacElree Harvey team. And now for our Visionary Award, Anthony Stancato. Yes. I do want to say on behalf of the mayor, she did come in. She was busy right prior to this, and she has to leave early. Thank you for being here. I spoke to Dr. DeBaptiste on Friday, and he said to me, I'm going to get to you. I just want to do this.
That's all right.
I think it's important to acknowledge our mayor. Thank you for being here. She is quite busy, but he said to me, Dr. Davenport. I said, yes, sir. He said, we have a meeting on Monday. And I said, a meeting? He said, the annual meeting. And I said, are you planning to come? He said, wait, my daughter's walking in her. I got to go. I'll call you back. And so I know that he would have wanted to be here, and he's 101 years old. Mine is still sharp as a tack. So please let him know that I did share that he wanted to be here. And again, thank you for being here with us. Thank you. Now, in 2020, now on to you. Where'd you go? In 2022, our Emeritus, Honorable Dr. Clifford DeBaptiste Visionary Award was created to honor Dr. DeBaptiste's commitment to the community. He was our first award winner and has chosen winners each year since. We're presenting this award on behalf of Dr. DeBaptiste tonight. As I already said, he had desires to be here. He also said, it's a little hard for me to get in that place. You need to do something about that. I said, I'll get right on it. Lovely man. This Visionary Award shines a light upon community leaders who empower others to be the change they want to see in the world. These servants of the community are bridge builders across institutions and systems. They're door openers, creating a pathway for the next generation to excel. They're visionaries, seeing a world where equality and justice creates communities where all can prosper and be nourished, free, and safe. We're honored today, this evening, to bestow this award on behalf of the Honorable Dr. Clifford DeBaptiste to Anthony Stancato, Jr., and let me tell you why. In 1994, lifelong Chester County residents and entrepreneurs, Anthony Stancato, Jr. and Victor Abdallah, Jr. founded Stanab Development Company. They initially focused on repurposing underutilized real estate in Chester County to create a positive economic impact on the community. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So far? Okay. The same year, Dr.
I'll let you know.
He said, he's already done that, folks. He said, I'll let you know. The same year, though, Dr. DeBaptiste was elected as Westchester's first black mayor, and he, too, had a vision for revitalizing downtown. See, they knew that it was crucial to revitalize Westchester's famous corner of High and Gay Streets, and they searched far and wide to find the right establishment. So after an invigorating dinner at a bubbling new eatery in Delaware, you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
You remember that dinner? Anthony made it his mission to recruit Iron Hill Brewery to Westchester. I work at the university.
That's right.
At Westchester. And in 1998, Iron Hill held its grand opening, and it was on the same day as the restaurant festival. It was so crowded that they had to take 2 days off to recover and replenish their inventory. Although Iron Hill has recently moved on, the transformational impact that it has had on Westchester will still live on. And today, rather than 15 restaurants, as it was when Iron Hill came to Westchester, there are more than 85 restaurants, bars, and cafes, from casual eateries to fine dining establishments. You see, this landmark redevelopment preserved some of our architectural heritage, and it also helped to prepare Westchester's broader economic and cultural renaissance. Stanab is credited as a catalyst for the restoration of downtown Westchester. And by the time Stanab closed its doors 3 decades later, they completed over 23 significant establishments, residential, commercial real estate projects in Westchester alone. And in an earlier conversation that Anthony and I were having, he said, and he lost count of how many hundreds of projects throughout Chester County.
I have the wounds, but I lost count.
He said, I have the wounds, but I lost count. Over the course of his career, Anthony played a pivotal role in shaping the physical and economic landscape of the region, transforming underutilized properties into vibrant hubs, residential, commercial, and cultural activity. Anthony, you exhibit and exemplify the spirit of the Visionary Award, and Westchester is fortunate to have you in our community. We're grateful to highlight your dedication to building a stronger, more prosperous community. And on behalf of all of us, I would like to offer you our deepest appreciation and present you with this award. Tony, I'm going to give you this award. We'll take a picture, and then I'm going to ask you to say a few words. He said to me, I've never been at a loss for words. So, thank you.
Well, they didn't tell me I had a speaking part, but so we'll do this off the cuff. Although I'm used to it at township meetings, believe me, for 40 years. Usually when we went to a township meeting and this number of people showed up, it was bad. so but I'm glad that the knives aren't out tonight. First off, I want to really thank Cliff and Lillian for the honor. I mean, I'm humbled by the honor, Victor and I both, and I want to say that this honor, although it has my name on it because Cliff and I go back to when I was in diapers, we really do, and but it's Victor and Tony. We were always a team, and actually still are, but I also want to thank really my wife and my children who really had to endure and suffer through that because this development business is not an easy task. And generally speaking, although today you're called a visionary, but when you show up for that first meeting, you're the enemy. And oft times, but we usually get through it. So it all works out. And I also want to say that it's more than just one group of guys or developer or something like that. There's always a team, and that team involves planners and landscape architects, engineers. And the township. I mean, the process that we go through with the townships is a give and take. And in the end, generally, you end up with a good, sustainable product. And I think that's the result. And as painful as it was for 40 years to go through that, and I probably wouldn't have been at it then, but today I can look back on it and say, well, that's how we got these projects through and the result. So I want to just thank you all again for this, and although undeserved, I really appreciate the honor.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I said, now, I have Tony written down here. I said, do you prefer Tony or Anthony? He said, Dr. DeBaptiste calls me Anthony. I said, Anthony it is. And now, so congratulations once again. Thank you, and thank you all for being here to support your husband and your dad. Yes. Let's give him another round of applause. And now we would like to invite to the stage Donna and Stan Edwards to tell us a little bit about Stanley's Dream, a fund that was established in 2004. So, Donna and Stan, come on up. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. We are honored to be here this evening to be able to give you a little bit of information about our fund, Stanley's Dream. My name is Donna Edwards.
And I'm Stanley Edwards, and I follow her lead.
Yes, again, we're just so honored that the Chester County Community Foundation asked us to be here tonight to give a little insight into Stanley's Dream. Stanley's Dream was started in 2004 after the death of our son, Stanley. Our son, Stanley, was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor at the age of 12, and unfortunately, he passed away at age 14, 22 months after diagnosis. At that time, we became a member of a club that no parent ever wants to join. That is the loss of a child. So we happened to be at Henderson High School in 2004 for Miss Alice Thomas, who also has a fund here. She would give an annual banquet for students at Henderson and those in the community. She would honor many members in the community. So at that time, we went up to Mrs. Thomas and we said, Mrs. Thomas, we are still in the throes of grief and we want to do something to honor our son's legacy. He was so strong during his battle that we wanted to give back in some way. So Mrs. Thomas, she reached for a hat. She said, well, you should start a scholarship. And she passed a hat around at the luncheon. And people put in coins and whatever they had. And it was the Honorable Dr. Clifford DeBaptiste, I have to give him credit. He was our first major donor. He walked up and put a pretty large check in the hat. And he said, I'm going to get you connected with the Chester County Community Foundation, and you will be able to get started in that way. So we have to give kudos to Dr. DeBaptiste. He was just wonderful throughout with his support. And we have to give kudos as well to the Chester County Community Foundation. They have been wonderful in guiding us along the way. So thank you so much, Karen and Beth and everybody who works at the foundation. We couldn't have done it without their guidance. And we'd also like to thank our many volunteers, some are here this evening, who have helped us raise funds at our signature events. We give events each year to raise the money, and I would like to give you a list of the things that we have done with some of those funds. We have awarded thus far $110,000 in scholarships to 58 dreamers. And the dreamers are seniors at any high school within Chester County. We have a scholarship committee that selects them. And I want to go back a little bit to tell you why we named our fund Stanley's Dream. Of course, he's named after my husband. And after he saw the movie Rudy, many of you who are young enough to remember the movie Rudy, he loved that movie. And it was his dream to go to Notre Dame. The young man in the movie had some physical challenges, but he was able to attend Notre Dame. And our son Stan said, that's what I want to do. I want to beat this cancer, and I want to go to college. So unfortunately, as I said, he did not live to fulfill his dream, but we were able to award scholarships to other students so they could fulfill theirs. And we named it Stanley's Dream. So again, $110,000 to 58 dreamers here in Chester County. Many of these students have attended an array of universities, including Cheney, Cornell, Drexel, Duke, Howard, Johns Hopkins, Kutztown, Notre Dame, as my son wanted to go to, Penn State, Temple, Thaddeus Stevens, and Westchester University. Stanley's Dream has also granted $140,000 to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, their neuro-oncology research program, hoping to find a cure one day for childhood brain cancer. We have also awarded scholarships to St. Paul's Baptist Church, the Maternal and Child Health Consortium. We have awarded them 3 gifts. We have awarded scholarships to Dillard High School in Florida, as well as to the Fame Fire Department here in Chester County. So with that, I will let my husband speak and say a little something.
I have nothing to say. One of the ways we raise funds, we have two events that we do. One is a 5K run, New Year's Day. We've been doing it for 18 years. We also do a golf outing at Downingtown Country Club. My son's birthday is August 1st, so we chose the first Saturday in August every year to have this golf outing. And that's how we raise funds. We are looking for sponsors, so any way you can help, we greatly appreciate it. Also, the 5K run was a student at Henderson High School senior project. And we chose New Year's Day because he came and I go, New Year's Day? It's cold. He said, Mr. Edwards, runners run. And so the first year we did it, it was 17 degrees, and I thought I was nuts. And then every year, New Year's Day is warmer and warmer. And I always look up to the heavens and I said, my son is watching over me because he know I hate cold weather. Just doing it on New Year's Day has been just keep me going. We don't go anywhere. We're at home New Year's Eve. And we're always thinking about New Year's Day. And it's just been beautiful. It's a day that, out of all the things we do, I just love New Year's Day. It's a day that we bring families together. We have whole communities that we lived in. The whole community is a community thing where they come out and support us. We have Stanley's teachers from 18 years ago. Mm-hmm. They come out every New Year's Day. We bring families together. It's a day to start your New Year's resolution. You get out, do exercise, you give to a very worthy cause, and you spend time with your family, walking and talking and jogging, and it's over in an hour. But it brings such joy to my heart knowing that we're giving back to our community, and we live in a beautiful city. Westchester is a great city, and I look at it as we can open this city up on New Year's Day. We don't have to go to Philly. Mm-hmm. You can stay home and spend some time in this beautiful city that is constantly changing. So we want to thank everyone for the support that you've given us. We want to thank Chester County Community Foundation because without them and their guidance, it's not the career I chosen, but I love doing it because this is what God had me to do. So I love giving back to our community, and thank you for all your support.
And I want to give a shout out. And the run on New Year's Day, Barnaby's has been very gracious the past 18 years, allowing us to use their facility to register the people. So if you're in the area, come to Barnaby's on New Year's Day. The run starts at 12 noon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And the beauty of that is it's from the heart. Donna and Stan come into the office almost any time and are part of the family. So they have made the best possible out of the worst possible situation. And I thank you for sharing your story. Now, on to my revolutionary ladies. Let freedom ring. Are you here? All right, come on over, crowd around. Next, we're going to highlight a community foundation initiative that has gained special meaning as our nation prepares for the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, all throughout 2026. Our America 250 Friends of the Community Foundation. So, tonight I've asked these three women who have been working with us to talk about what they're doing, but let me give you some background. Hold on a second. America's 250th birthday commemorations are underway throughout the United States. Boston started off with a Tea Party a couple of years ago in 2023, 1773, 250 years. Paul Revere's Midnight Ride was reenacted in 2025 in April. And closer to home, Philadelphia's Declaration of Independence is the highlight of 2026. And in 2027 and 2028, much closer to home in Chester County, we have commemorations of the Battle of Brandywine, the Paley Massacre, and the March into Valley Forge. So why should we at the Community Foundation care about the Declaration of Independence that marks our nation's birth date? To me, it's because it's about legacies, love of humankind, liberty and justice for all, forever, and it's about, by, and for we, the people. We've asked our revolutionary ladies to share what they're doing. Kim Andrews, Angela Scully, and Heather Reiffer. They're going to take a minute or two and tell you about part of what they're focused on in their outreach throughout Chester County. So I cede the podium to you, Kim Andrews.
Thank you, Karen. The rich history of Chester County reflects as well as shapes our ongoing pursuit of happiness for all. Here, William Penn established a colony based on religious freedom and tolerance. Agricultural bounty and industrial innovation fueled our growth. On Chester County land, blood was shed in battles of the American Revolution to win our independence from Great Britain. And a deep commitment to social justice sparked transformative movements from ending slavery to securing women's voting rights and advancing civil rights. America 250 reminds us that it's time to better understand, safeguard, and ensure our nation's founding principles. The Declaration of Independence proclaims that we have unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Enshrined in our Constitution and Bill of Rights are freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. The 250th anniversary of our democracy is a precious opportunity to inspire the American spirit. Here in Chester County, we have hundreds of heritage sites and thousands of community events annually. So, throughout 2026, we urge everyone to highlight how Chester County participated in our nation's founding and elevate our understanding of our continuing journey to build a more perfect union. We urge you to Zoom in for any of our hyper-local, weekly, regional planning sessions and get involved with America 250 events being organized in your areas. Plus, please join our watch parties in November to view and discuss Ken Burns' new PBS documentary, The American Revolution. You can join the Community Foundation's Friends of America 250 watch party on Zoom or host your own. There is much to do to join us and to make history. Angela Scully, over to you next.
Thanks, Kim. Also, keep your eyes open for Heritage Center initiatives. We are helping Heritage Centers throughout the county to fundraise in order to let their Freedom Ring offerings and improve their visitor amenities so that they can better explain our history, our heritage, interrelationships, and impact to family, friends, residents, visitors, and tourists. We have an amazing array of heritage assets through the region, and it's important to help them step up and be visitor ready with exciting offerings that will help us understand not only where we've come from, but how and why, and where we can choose to go as a nation in the days and months and years ahead. And next, a few words from my compatriot, Heather Reiffer.
It's a dance.
Thanks, Angela. We also invite everyone to get involved in a Dare to Declare event. Dare to Declare is a chance for Americans to hear and discuss the Declaration of Independence. We've found that very few Americans have actually read the Declaration of Independence, a cornerstone document that has been a source of global inspiration. The Declaration of Independence is important. It establishes foundational American principles like equality, liberty, and the right to self-governance. This continues to inspire and guide national debates, civil rights movements, and global democratic aspirations. The Declaration serves as a moral compass and symbol of revolution, reminding us that governments derive their power from the consent of the governed and exist to protect unalienable rights. We urge you to host a Dare to Declare forum wherever you want, at your neighborhood picnic, park, place of worship, historic site, tavern. The Community Foundation will help you with toolkits, videos, resource guides, co-promotion, and more. Sign up today and join our Zoom calls to get involved because
it's really important for everybody to understand. Ready? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So please join us. 250 is coming. Help us spread the word. Dare to Declare, organize, help support, attend events, Zoom in. There's so much to do to raise civic engagement and help let freedom ring. So there's for good, for all, forever. That's why the Community Foundation's involved with America 250. So we urge you to help out. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay there for a minute because we're going to bring this annual meeting to a close. But first, make sure if you're serving on a board or you want to serve on a board, Zoom in every other Monday to our board roundtables and training sessions. We have things coming up for new as well as experienced board members. A future event is our investment forum online on Zoom, so that you can really understand what we're doing with the investments, especially if you have endowed funds with us. Things are going well and they're going to go even better. And then do not Zoom into Sweet Charity. It's the first Tuesday at Downingtown Country Club. Please join us live and in person for Sweet Charity. And with what you just heard from America 250, guess what this theme is this year? Red, white, and blue. So let freedom ring. We're hoping for a lot of blueberries, strawberries, and who knows what. All right? So at this point, Chair there you are, sir. Zeb Davenport.
Yeah.
I turn it over to you to conclude this meeting.
All right, let's give all of our awardees, honorees, special guests, folks, let's give them another round of applause. And I will tell you, other than this event, Sweet Charity is my favorite. I never tell my wife what I eat. I just say, it's just another meeting. Yeah. So listen, as we bring this annual meeting to a close, we invite you to our reception on the first floor. Please stay around and meet new people, talk about some of the things you've learned here tonight, some of the things you've seen or heard. And we want to thank you for all you do to make Chester County an even better place to live, work, and enjoy. Let your legacy make a difference for good, for all, and forever. Thank you very much for being here.